Exit Plastic, and today we are talking about the 12 Days of Halloween Barbie doll that was just released. Now listen, I do want to get my basic information out of my way. So, first off, the doll will be available on October 2nd. For $160. That is crazy. Listen. I know you get the doll, you get the second outfit, you get all of the different accessories with it, but that's still a lot. Like, that's a lot. Maximum, it should be half of that. Should be like $80 at the maximum. But like $160 for a doll, an outfit, and accessories is crazy. I will not be purchasing this. It's bad. Mattel has released their official statement for the doll. So this is, and I quote, "Lovers of this haunting season are in for plenty of tricks and treats with Barbie's signature 12 Days of Halloween doll and accessories. This bewitching vintage-inspired doll is ready for a Halloween bash under the full moon in a fabulous witch costume complete with a spiderweb lace skirt and magical accessories. As you count down to the big night, reveal frightful festive extras like Halloween decor, retro outfit embellishments, and a fierce Catwoman costume your doll can wear as a second look." So granted, you're getting a lot. Also, the doll's designer is Bill Greening, which you may know him from designing the Princess and the Pauper dolls.
Just like you.
And then the packaging designer was Vicky Gavorkian. I don't know. It also does come included with a certificate of authenticity, of course. She has some additional details explaining, and I quote, "Unveil a surprise each day until Halloween and give your Barbie doll all she needs for a chic celebration, from haunting art to a bubbling cauldron and spellbook, as well as," and I quote, "Barbie doll is dressed to host scarific soiree in her dramatic witch costume, or she can prowl around in her second look, a captivating cat bodysuit with tons of flair." Okay, we're gonna do a full dissection of her, head to toe, as per usual. She will come in her witch costume originally, so that is what we will be going into first, and then we'll look at the cat outfit afterwards. First, what I want to say is that I wish I was purchasing this doll. Like, genuinely, I love this doll. I love this doll a lot. I love all the accessories. I love the outfits. I love the vintage look. I love it so much. Like, beyond. But the price is insane. I can't justify it. I genuinely cannot. So I do want to say that. So the face of the actual doll is gorgeous. I love it. I love the vintage vibe. I love the vintage Halloween vibe. I feel like vintage and Halloween just go together so perfectly. It makes you think of old slasher movies from back in the day. But I love that they decided to do the vintage vibe. I love the sculpt, the vintage face mold from the 60s. It's just so nostalgic. Looking at it, it's just so nostalgic. I love it. The theme overall leans towards purple. I love that because I feel like we associate orange with Halloween a lot, but I really like purple. I like purple. But since the theme is purple, they lean towards that and have her makeup. They have the eyeshadow purple, and she has this gorgeous deep maroon purple lip that is stunning. And with the vintage vibes, you get the little beauty mark right above her lip, and just it's everything. I love it so much. The colors are beautiful. The lip is luscious. I adore it. Also, just the facial expression that she's given, she looks tired. Tired, but hot. You know, when your eyes are tired and you're oh. Or that tired look is hot. I'm not gonna say any names, but you know what I'm talking about. Her hair color, okay, well, listen, I'm gonna collect myself. First off, the eye color, is this beautiful, rich auburn, warm toned sunset kind of vibe, along with the warmness of her orange hair. It's very orange. It's very clearly orange, and it's gorgeous. I love the style of it. The style of it feels so retro, just like the little short bob with the like harsh curl at the end. It feels very retro, very 60s. Like, I adore it, and I adore that they chose these beautiful warm colors to add to the purple, because isn't it that like purple and orange are opposites on the color? I should know this, I'm an art major, but no, blue and orange. Okay, either way, purple and orange are close opposites. What is purple's opposite color? Because it's red and green, orange and blue, or is it yellow and blue and then orange and purple? Color theory. My art teachers would be so mad at me. And I love the combination. I think the combination is just so beautiful, and I think it looks beautiful on her. Okay, nonetheless, I love the hair. She also has these lovely gold earrings, and gold accessories are like strewn throughout her design and her look in general, which I love. But the gold earrings are so pretty. They are like, they're just stunning. You can't really see them that well. They just look like studs. They don't look like anything special. Maybe no engraving. I have no idea. But it just looks like some gold studs, and I think the simplicity is beautiful. It's lovely. I'm just really glad they're not like big and like gaudy earrings. Some earrings are kind of large looking or like dangly or whatever. I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad they kept everything like nice and tight and retro and vintage. It's so well done. I have no complaints. Moving on to what she's wearing, we have this cutie vintage witch hat, which is really simple. Like, it's just the purple fabric and then just a black band and a gold buckle in the front. Like, I love all of it. I'm really glad they didn't complicate it more than they need to. They could have done more with it. They could have, but I'm really glad they did. I'm glad it's kept simple, because I don't think it needs to be complicated. I think some of the best dolls out there are some of the most simple lookings. I think that there's something to be said about a simple looking doll looking good, because when simple looks good, it's great. So like, do that. The colors of the purple fabric, it's very like Halloween, but it also feels royal in a way, just because purple is like associated with royalty, like the color purple. So I love it. She looks regal. She looks sophisticated. It's just aesthetically very nice. So moving down, she has this ribbon that is tied around her neck, and she has this pendant that's attached to it. It's like a red gem with like a gold frame. I think, the fact that it's like tied on works. I feel like if her hair was longer, it wouldn't work. Because the hair is short, you can actually see the ribbon that is tied in the back. You can see where it's tied, and it like trails down her back. If her hair was longer, it would cover it, and it would feel really awkward and unnecessary. I would just wish it was like a Velcro piece if that was the case. But since her hair is so short and like her neck is very clearly visible in the back, I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy that they kept the longer bow tie strings on said neck piece. The pendant itself, though, the shape in general gives Halloween. Like, it genuinely, like, it feels like some pendant that Edgar Allan Poe would like see and be like, I need to write a story about that. He'd be writing some monkey's paw type story about this pendant. That's what it feels like. And listen, I associate Edgar Allan Poe with Halloween. He is the Halloween man. Like, I'm sorry. But it definitely gives off that vibe. Like, it could have a curse on it. But I think the red color on the pendant is really pretty. I think it's very beautiful. And also, mentioning little details about the doll itself, her nails are painted red, and that red is pretty close to the red of the pendant, so I think that those tie in nicely to each other and play off of each other really well. Now let's move on to her actual like witch's outfit. In general, the shape, there is a corseted waist. It is an A-line type dress with these very puffy like flowy sleeves. In general, I think the colors are gorgeous, the purple colors. I love that it's two, that there's a lighter sleeve and then a darker bodice and skirt and then a black corset. Like, I really enjoy the colors that they chose. And also, just in general, the fabric that they chose for the skirt and a little bit of the bodice, it's not darker than the hat, actually. It's just that they have this black overlay on top of it. And that's something I love about, like, fashion, and that I just love in general, is a sheer overlay making a fabric look darker when it's actually not. Like, I think it's just smart, and I enjoy it a lot. In general, the sleeves are a little see-through. I almost wonder what they would look like if they weren't, because you can see her arm through them. Like, they're sheer, and they have some sparkles, which I think are lovely. Like, the sparkle little detail is beautiful, but I almost wonder if it was just a straight thick fabric where you could not see her arms, if it would look better. But I also think these look great. Like, the shape in general, and the fact that it cinches at the wrist and doesn't, like, flow out to these droopy sleeves, like, I really like it. It looks really good. I want to say I like the corset in general, like the cinching and the bow tie you get, because then you get the bow tie of the necklace in addition with the bow tie in the front now of the corset, like down her skirt, the front of her skirt, which I think plays really well, especially with the movement of her skirt. In general, I think the corset is just a really nice touch, and it looks really good. But the fabric itself for the bodice and the skirt is lovely. First off, A-line skirts in general, I just love, like, the shape of them. I think they look lovely on everybody. And also just, like, the way it falls, it makes anyone's body, I think, look snatched. The way that the fabric is done, the purple looks great, but the cobweb overlay, like, I am a big fan of the cobweb overlay. I would wear this dress. I'd make this dress. Maybe I should make this dress. I'll make this dress in an instant. Like, it's so beautiful. I would wear it. I think the cobwebs are stunning. I think it makes the fabric have this nice deep purple that's just so good. Now, I will say that I do like the sheerness for the sleeves and the way that it lightens everything up. Like, I feel like the dark fabric is very, very heavy on her. And, like, the sleeves kind of bring this lightness to the design that you don't get with that dark fabric. So I think it's a good idea. I'm still curious, though. I could see it going either way, personally. Now, for the broom that she holds, it's actually black, and I'm so glad that they did this. I think it matches the color scheme well, and the mold is nice, but in general, just with it being, like, black and a darker color, I love it. I love it. It makes me think of, like, some other brooms that we don't like to talk about. But I like this broom a lot. Like, I enjoy this broom a very hefty amount. I think if it was brown, it would take away from the color scheme, and I wouldn't be as big of a fan of it. Also, it looks like the handle is sculpted, but the actual bristles look individual. And, like, if I, like, rubbed it on myself, like, it would feel like a brush. Like, it looks individual, and I was really shocked about that, and I was really surprised about that, which kind of maybe helps with the price. But, like, in general, I'm just shocked that they're actually individual little broom pieces for the bristles, which I did not anticipate happening at all. I also really enjoy that at her handle, it's not just straight, it's curved. I think that's really interesting. And I think it's a nice detail to just add, because I think it's more interesting to the viewer instead of just a straight up broomstick. Also, her shoes. So her shoes are very witchy. Her shoes are the literal vintage, like, if you looked up vintage witch shoe in the dictionary, you would find the shape of this shoe. I love this shoe. I adore this shoe. I'm glad it's just black with, like, the gold belt buckle. Like, it looks insanely like just a classic vintage witch shoe. I have no notes. I have 0 notes. I think overall this look is fantastic, and I want to wear it right now. Maybe I'll make it. Okay, moving on. For the alternative outfit, you get a cat suit. She gets a mask instead of her witch's hat, which is really cute. Like, it's nice. There's, like, some molding on there. There's, like, a little nose shape, little whisker shapes, little, like, ear details in the ear area. And it has good eye holes. Like, you can clearly see her eyes, which I'm very glad about, because that concerned me. It's also attached with a little ribbon that wraps around her head. You could also hide that ribbon under her hair, when you put it on her, which I think is really good. I feel like sometimes elastics like that like can ruin what the hair looks like. It can cause like a random line in a hairdo that just doesn't look good. So the fact you can hide it underneath is really nice. I think in general they could have added a different color to either the nose or the whiskers to make it a little more interesting, especially since her black shoes have those like claw designs. I feel like they could have put a different color on the whiskers. But in general, it's good, it's nice, it's lovely. I think they could have made them white whiskers, but whatever. She has just a black bodysuit as her main wear. In addition, on the black bodysuit, the tail is attached. There are little fluffy cuffs around her wrists that are adorable. But then there's also a bow tie that's attached to the neckline. I'm really glad they added that bow tie, and I'll get into that. This tail, like the shape of it is really nice. It flows really nicely with her and her body. Like I feel like it's not like too thick, too thin, or curved too much or too little. Like it just feels very natural, very flowy, very natural. I also really like the fluffy cuffs. I think adding that little detail and stuff makes it more interesting. I think if it wasn't there, it would feel way too plain. In addition, if the bow tie wasn't there, it would feel way too plain. This black bodysuit's very simple. You know, it has a sparkle fabric, but like it's a very simple black bodysuit. So those little details are things that heighten it to a different level, that don't make it feel just like a random bodysuit. It feels really nice and tailored. Like it just feels really nice. I love the cuffs. The cuffs add so much. They look so good. But in addition, that little bow tie, I'm so glad they added that little bow tie. Because like I said, the theme was, you know, purple and black mostly. If the bow tie wasn't there, and it is purple, if it wasn't there, it would just be a black outfit. There would be no purple, which I think that would have been unfortunate and a really big loss. And it will make me a little upset. But it's there, and it looks really good. I wonder if they could have tied in the gold with a little gold bell at the bottom. I think that could have been cute. A little bell. Because I feel like we associate cats with wearing a bell around their neck, like one of those circular bells for some reason. I have no idea why, but I do. I associate that with a cat. So I think that could have been cute. But the bow looks really good. Also, in general, I think the fit of the bodysuit is really nice. Like, I feel like it doesn't bunch up or, like, scrunch or is too baggy anywhere. It's really fitting to her body, and it's impressive. I feel like that's hard, especially on a doll, just because they're so little. But, I don't know.
What do I know?
The shoes that you get with the bodysuit are just simple black pumps, but then they have these really cute, like, cat claw little designs on the tips of the toes, which I think get a lot, but I'm also really glad that they're just black pumps. I feel like the outfit is so classy, it's so sleek, that if it was any other type of shoe, it just would look wrong or cut off a line somewhere. I don't know. I love that it's a black pump, and I love how simple it is. I think it really suits the design. Now, throughout this little 12-day advent calendar, you also get some spooky accessories to open up. I love a good accessory. You get a cute little skeleton, which I'm fine with. I don't know. I'm not super in love with it. I think it looks kind of boring. I feel like it'd be really interesting if it glowed in the dark. I don't know if it does. Maybe it does. Maybe that's something I missed. But I feel like it's not necessary. There is a little hook that loops around the top above the head that you could like hang it somewhere. It doesn't feel necessary. It doesn't feel useful. It doesn't, like, it's like a, you know, I get it. She's hosting a soiree. It's a skeleton like party decoration, but like, is it necessary? Is it really necessary? I feel like it's not. You also get these two cute little cups. Like, they look like chalices. I love it. I think it's so Halloween coded. I love that there is like a bat engraved onto the cup. I genuinely just want these cups. Like, I want these cups. And the glass is dark and gray and moody, and like, I'm just so glad that they went with the more moody glass design. And it's like, if she's having a party, she's probably having punch. These are probably her glasses. I love them. Like, I want them. I want them for my Halloween party. Big fan. I want the real cup. You get what seems to be a spell book for the witch costume, which I think it's really adorable. I love it. I love the design of it. In general, it's brown, which I feel like is good because it makes it feel leather. And I feel like a lot of like old vintage books are made of leather or are leather of some kind.
Read any good books lately?
Yes, I have. It's the Necronomicon.
Necronomicon. No, that's not leather. I love. I also adore the gold detailing on it because it ties in with the gold details throughout like the witch costume that she has. And it has these beautiful gold sparkles like all over it, which are so cute. It makes me feel like she's like a celestial kind of witch of some kind. I don't know. I really hope the book opens. Like, I hope it's openable so she can, like, hold it open in her hands. Like, I really want it to open. I hope it opens. There's a little tray that comes with candy apples on top of it. The tray itself is really cute. It's black. I want it. Give me it now. It has a really cute design, like, around the edge of the circle tray, and I adore it. I think it's nice. It's simple. It's good. The candy apples also look really good. They look real. Well, not real. They look like fake, but like they look real. Like they look like candy. Like I feel like I could lick it and it would taste like candy. Plus, I think candy apples are such a vintage staple at like Halloween parties that if you go to a vintage theme Halloween party, you're going to find candy apples. If you don't, you went to the wrong party. You went to a lame one. She also gets this pumpkin accessory that has the face already carved into it, which is really cute. I know me and my boyfriend always carve pumpkins at Halloween, so I love that they included this. It's just a very, like, nostalgic tradition, I feel. And I think the face is nice. It looks just like a classic Halloween pumpkin jack-o'-lantern face. I do wish that there was almost an ability to make it glow, like, from the inside. Like, if the cutouts, like if they had a glowing effect, like you could press a button, it could glow for like 5 seconds, like a flickering glow. I think that'd be so nice. I think that would be so cool. I'm kind of sad that it does not do that. So that's one thing I wish, but you know, it's okay. There's also this like stunning candelabra you get, which, let me tell you, I'm so glad the candles are black. I think they could have been fine as just like normal white candles, but I'm so glad the candles are black. I think it's so interesting, and the little flames on top are adorable, but the shape of the candelabra itself, like, it's stunning. First off, it's gold, so it adds into like the gold detailing, which is like lovely, but it has these spider webs. It has these like spider web designs on the little branches that are adorable. I love it so much. It just feels like a lot of thought went into like the design and the theming, and you know, it feels like a lot of thought went into this design, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really loving it. There's also a little adorable cat friend that comes as one of our accessories. She's a black cat, but it's so cute. It has these striking green eyes. Like, they are striking. Like, I feel like it's staring at my soul. And then it has a little tag around its neck in the color of gold, which also ties into the color scheme. There's also some other green stuff. So the green isn't just in the cat, which I think is really nice because I think that would have been a little... oh, it's alone. But I enjoy when like dolls come with pets and stuff, because I feel like I just associate dolls always having some kind of pet, or there being a pet involved in some way. So I really enjoy that they included a black cat, especially because Halloween and like bad luck is so associated with black cats. I'm really glad it's there. I think it's very adorable. There is like a little engraving on the tag. I can't really tell what it is. It kind of maybe looks like a spider. But I think it's really nice. And it adds a little bit of detail that you maybe wouldn't get, or like, it's just super interesting. I feel like having a small engraving like that, to me, is a way to win me over. Like tiny engravings, personally. You do, since she's throwing like a Halloween soiree, you do get an invitation as one of the accessories to this soiree, which the design on the front of the card is really cute. Like, it looks very vintage Halloween. It's great. I love it very much. Unfortunately, in the pictures, you cannot see what the message is on the inside. You can see the end of the word invitation, but you can't see the exact message. And I wish I did, but you can't. So, like, you actually have to get the doll if you want to see it, unfortunately. But I think that the invitation overall just gives vintage vibes, and it's so lovely and cute and beautiful. It looks like a vintage Halloween poster that would be up somewhere. I wonder how many times I've said vintage. Moving on, you get like these 2 glass potion bottle looking situations. There's 2 different colors. One is purple, one is green. I love that we stuck to the purple vibe, but I also like that we tied in the green color. Now, I think it's interesting. I don't know if it's super necessary. You know, potion bottles, she's a witch, whatever, I get it. But what's the purpose? What is the purpose of the potion bottles? I feel like they don't have a purpose. At least to me, they don't have a purpose. It's fine. It's cute. I think it's on theme. I think they look great. I don't have a lot of complaints looks-wise. It's just like, in my head, I'm like, why? Why did we get this? My absolute favorite accessory that you get is this bride Barbie portrait that looks like it's like a painted canvas. You tilt it, though, and the image changes and a skeleton starts to pop up over top of the bride Barbie, which I love it. Like, I love it so much. I think it looks so good. I think where the skeleton is placed over top of the Barbie, like the bones and stuff, it looks very natural, like skull ribs, collarbone, like it looks so natural. In general, I love the painting because I feel like it just makes me think of those movies like where there's like changing paintings. It makes me think of the Haunted Mansion ride with the paintings changing to show like the pretty bride, but then the bride holding her dead husband's like head with her like axe or something, and I just love it. I love it so much. It's subtle, it's not too in your face, it's really well done. I think it's really beautiful. I love it a lot. So the final accessory that you get that comes with the doll is a spooky cauldron, which is just black with these gold accented handles, which I think are a really nice touch. They could have not done that, and I think it's really good. And inside is this green bubbling liquid, which is also really nice because it ties in that green color more than it already was there. It's not there a lot, but it's there. It's there in the cat, it's there in the glass potion, it's there in the actual potion itself. And I think it's really nice. I think the bubbles look good, like the molding and like the design looks good. I don't have any complaints for the cauldron. It's just a cauldron. It looks good. The doll also seems to come with a base, just a simple black base with the Barbie logo signature on it in purple, which I think is really nice. I think being able to display your doll, especially when you get her on day 1, and then you're waiting to open the other 11 days, like, you want to display your doll. You want the doll to be able to be displayed while you open said days because you're adding things to her or you're changing her outfit, whatever it may be. So being able to actually display her while you wait is really nice, and I think it's a good thing that they put this base inside. Now let's move on to the box design. The box design is really good. I do like it. The outside sleeve is cute. It's just white with these very vintage looking drawings of witches' hats and like, what else? I forget. Just, it's lovely. I think the outside sleeve is really nice. I like that the 12 days of Halloween are on it in gold. I think that ties that in pretty well. Sometimes I wish it was in black, but it's fine in gold. Moving on, once you open up the sleeve, you do get a purple and orange theme, which sticks with the main theme of the whole Halloween doll. I like that the different boxes of the days are in purple and orange. I also really enjoy that they made the numbers on the boxes black. Now, what I think could be nice is there's these little stars, kind of like on the front of the witch's book, along on these boxes. I think it could have been cool if they were in gold. I feel like as stars, we associate them with like shining yellow and gold and what have you. So I think it would have been nice. They're just in black on the box, but it's okay. You know, that's nice too. But like, I feel like I would have preferred the gold. Either way, the box to me overall is a 10 out of 10. And the doll overall is to me a 10 out of 10. Like, I would consider this a basically perfect doll. I just won't be buying it because the price is so expensive. It's so expensive and it's so bad. And you know, this doll in general, I feel like is an example of simplicity well done. I think having something simple can be good, and it can be really good. I think it can be great even. And I wish that like people understood that more and appreciated simplicity more. I think having a simple doll is not something that's a bad thing. Simplicity doesn't mean bad. I think some people could maybe learn from that, but it's okay. I won't be buying this, unfortunately. The price is too high. I will not be paying that much for this doll, its accessories, and this outfit. Like, it's too much. $160 is way too much. I also have a tattoo appointment coming up, and I need to pay for that. But, if you are buying her, please let me know. Also, let me know your thoughts. I want to hear. I want to know if you like her, if you don't like her, what you like, what you don't like, whatever. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And then subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Join the family. I love you all so much. I really do. I hope you have a creep-erific day, and I will see you later. Toodles.